Hi everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new to my craft room, then welcome. We're going to do our third Christmas in July DIY. This is going to be another quick and easy project, and we're going to make these cute little snowmen. These are so easy to make. We're going to use some of these wooden rings like we used the other day in my video to make the little wreaths and things with. This one is a 1.75 inch one, and this one is a little bit bigger. I don't know what I did with the paper for this one, but this one is about, let's see, let me grab my ruler here, guys. This one I guess is about 1 3/4 inch size. They have these two different sizes at Dollar Tree. That's the only two sizes that I've seen there. And I'm going to use some of this yarn here. Now this I picked up at Michael's last year. This goes on sale a lot, and it goes a long way as far as making things with. I don't know what I did with the end of it now. I've lost it. But anyway, where did the end go? There it is. This one I couldn't find the end to come out the middle, so I just kind of got to do it this way. I know there's probably an end there, but this stuff is great for all kinds of little projects. It's really thick. It's just called Big or Blanket Big, this is called. It's this really big yarn. But like I said, it goes on sale a lot there. So we're going to use some of this, and you're not going to need a lot. I mean, you could make, if you wanted to make these for like a craft show or something, if you're into doing that kind of stuff, you could make a ton of them with one of these rolls. And then I have some of these little stickers. These I actually picked up at Michael's too. You can use any kind. These I'm going to use for the eyes. They're just, I thought these were just really pretty. Little black stickers. They're in their sticker department at Michael's. And then for the nose, I always use, my favorite thing is these earplugs that you can pick up at Dollar Tree. I don't remember how many are in a pack. I've used this one almost up here, but I always like these for the little carrot nose. And then I have a little pom-pom here I'm going to use for the top of this hat. And for that one I used one of these scarves from last year from Dollar Tree. You can use anything. You can even use like one of those fuzzy socks if you have one of them. This one I'm going to use for the one I'm going to do now, and it's really easy. Or you could just get a piece of like fleece material or whatever you want to use for this. It really doesn't matter. And then I have a couple little buttons here somewhere. Hopefully I didn't lose them. And then I'm going to use for his little coal pieces that would be on his belly. And that actually came out of one of these jars that I got at Dollar Tree with all these little buttons in here. They usually always have these. And I think that's pretty much it. You're going to need some hot glue and some string to hang it. What did I do with my string to hang it? Actually, I just used a piece of this crochet thread. I like this stuff. It's the heavier one. I don't remember what number this is or anything, because of course I don't have the wrapper for it anymore. But you know, you can tell when you see it. It's the thicker crochet thread. So that's what I'm going to use to hang these little guys with. So this is just so easy. You're just going to need one of the bigger ones, and put that one aside, and one of these smaller ones here. There we go. And that is your little snowman. So now to do this, all you do is take a piece of this. I'm going to make this kind of long here. I don't know if it's going to be enough or not. But you're just going to kind of start wrapping it around. And now the first one I'm going to do here, I'm going to actually put a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place. And that will be up by the top of his little neck there. And then all we're going to do is just keep wrapping and wrapping and wrapping this little thing around until you get it nice and tight around it here. Like I said, it does not take much of this at all, because this stuff is so nice and big and fluffy, and this probably, I can't even imagine what a blanket with this stuff would be like. I'm sure it would be amazing. Maybe one day, if my wrist wants to cooperate, I can give it a shot. I used to love to crochet. Not so much anymore. Alright, so you're just going to keep wrapping this around like so until you feel like it's getting nice and tight, so you don't see any of the wood in between here. It's going to pull this nice and snug. There we go. give it a couple more wraps here. Alright, so now when I get up to this part here is when we are going to connect our second one. So you're just going to put that one up there, and we're going to go through this a couple times. Just pull that through there and connect your second little ring. And that's where we started here, so we want to make sure, is that coming through tight? There we go. Make sure that we put it over here so that's going to get covered up. There, and that connects the top one. And then we're just going to, let's see, I think I'm going to go through there one more time, maybe 3 times I'll go through here, just to make sure that's nice and filled in. Alright, so then we're just going to keep wrapping around this top one here, and that I think is going to be plenty of this yarn. Make sure you push that down nice and tight so you don't see the separation. Maybe just one more, maybe 2 more. Let's see. Yeah, maybe 2 more times. Yep, 1 more. Alright, so we're going to pull that through here one more time. I just want to make sure I can't see any of this wood. And there you go. So now this is going to be my back here, because you can see where these come up more. I'm just going to cut that off and glue it down. And that is that. Now, in here you're going to end up with like this little hole. So all I did was I took a piece of this, I don't know, probably maybe about 2 inches long, and I made this little ball out of it like so. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue right inside the, let me make sure you guys are, yeah, you can see. Right inside this little hole here, and we're going to take this little piece and shove that right down in there, and that fills in the center of it. And then I'm going to take another little piece and I'm going to do the same thing up there on the top, and it'll just all kind of, whoops, wait till it cools off though, it'll all blend in nice together. So we're going to take another little piece here. I'm not going to need too much up here in this little hole. Same thing, just add a little hot glue and shove down a piece of that puffy yarn here. And there you go. And that is your little snowman. So easy. Alright, let me get this stuff out of the way. Alright, so now we're going to make his little hat, and which is really, really easy too. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this fabric here. I'm actually just going to cut it off here just so it's easier. Now I don't know how to tell you which size to make this because it all depends on what kind of hat you want to make or whatever. But I always like to make it a little bit bigger so I have something to work with. And then you're going to need a little piece of string too for this part. But for this one here, actually I'm going to grab my pins because I think that will make my life easier. It's easy for me to say. Oh, here they are. Because the last time I didn't use the pins, it was kind of a pain. So I'm just going to kind of take this fabric here. Now if you want to sew it, you could go ahead and do that too on your sewing machine. But I'm just going to fold it up like a 1/4 inch and then fold it up again. And I'm going to pin this because last time when I tried to glue these down, it was really kind of a pain in the neck to try to do it while you're using the hot glue. But this is actually going to be like the brim of the hat. So I'm just going to roll that up like so. And a lot of this is probably going to end up getting cut off, but hold it up like that. I really don't think I need to go any farther. So now I'm going to just pull this up a little bit and add a little hot glue underneath here to hold this in place. This is much easier to do if you pin it. I tried doing it before, just kind of rolling it up, just putting it right underneath there, and then try not to get it on here like I just did. I'll get that off once it cools. Just a little bit. You don't want too much. You don't want it to ooze out like I just did. But there you go. And that's pretty much all you gotta do to make this little brim. I got more hot glue on there. I'm on a roll. Alright. Once that cools down, I'll pick that glue off of there. Just be careful not to do that too much because it's really a pain to get it off. There we go. But once it cools off, it does peel off pretty easily. Alright, let me get these pins out of here before I stab myself. Alright, so that is your brim of your hat. Minus the hot glue I gotta pick off air. So then you're just going to measure this little guy's head here. And I like to bring it down not quite halfway, a little bit higher than that. And then just pull it around the back, and then you're going to figure out how big you want this little guy. And just about like that, I'm thinking. So we're going to cut this right up here. We're just going to cut it straight up. And then we're going to glue it with the right sides together. So this is going to be the front of the brim of the hat. And there, now the glue's coming off. So we're going to put that rim we just made on the inside. And we are going to run a bead of hot glue up here and glue this down. Or you can sew it, whichever you prefer. And there you go, is your this little part. So now we got to wait for this to cool down. Let me make sure I got this part really good. Alright, so while that glue is cooling, we're going to make our little nose. So you're just going to take some of this foam here. That's kind of already messed up. Let me get rid of these scissors, because those are my fabric scissors, and I don't want to ruin those. You just take a piece of this foam and just kind of, you know, cut it into a carrot shape, which is kind of easy, you know, it's just, don't want it too big. Because these guys are kind of little. That should be good right there. If you make it too big, then he kind of looks like a duck. Alright, so that will be his little nose. Put that back in here. I'll use that for another one. But you can make quite a few out of what comes in there. I don't remember how many come in a pack. Thinking about it here, I really don't remember. Alright, are we all cooled off here? Yes. Okay, now before I turn this right side out, I'm just going to put this on his head here and figure out how tall I want his little hat. So, I'm thinking like right about there is where we're going to tie it off. So then you're going to take your piece of string and you're just going to tie that around here. I wrap it around a couple times just so it doesn't come loose on me. And then you just want to tie a really tight knot in here. And I probably have enough up top here to make another hat with. And give that a good pull so it's nice and tight. I always tie knots in threes. Alright, so then we're going to cut that off. And then we're going to cut this off right here above the string. Now if you like to have your little pom-pom thing, you could cut this taller and leave this on the outside, but I'm going to add the little pom-pom on the top, so I don't want that on mine like that. So there is our little hat. Ugh, this glue I got on here is really making me mad. Let's see if I can get some of that off of here. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. So then you're going to want to put your little seam in the back and just put his little hat on. I don't attach this right away until I get the rest of his face and everything done. I also want to make him a little scarf. I wonder if this will be... No, it will not be long enough to make his little scarf. Will this piece... Yes. So I'll try to cut this a little bit straighter, since I kind of hacked right through it before. Now this other one that I did, I actually just used some wired ribbon for this one because I had some that kind of matched the hat, but I don't have anything to match this little girl's hat here. So we're just going to make her a little scarf. So, if you put the little scarf up high enough, that kind of like would cover where his mouth would be, so you don't have to worry about making a mouth. And that's like got a seam in it there. I don't want it that way, so. Alright, so this is just going to hang down here like so. And we'll make this one come over this way. Let's see, let's just flip it around one time here. I want it to come over to the side so it, like I said, so it looks like it's covering his mouth. Alright, so let me get this glued down, and that way we can glue that into place. Alright, so I want that to hang right here. I may trim the ends of it to make it look a little frayed or whatever too. That there like so, and then this one can just hang off to the side so it doesn't move around on me. I'm going to just glue it down a little bit, and I'm also going to glue it back here just a little bit. Just keep them in place. And now I need to adjust the front. But you could take, I got to find my little scissors here. It's a little too long. But you could just kind of fray those. Where are my little scissors? Good question. Alright, we'll worry about that after we get done. Alright, now, this little hat here in the back can come down and meet the scarf. So we're going to attach that in the back so it kind of covers up and meets the scarf. Oh, the glue webs we weave. Alright, so that is that. And now we're going to put on his little nose. Just a little hot glue on here. Let's see, I want it to go this way. And there's his little nose. And then we're just going to take two of these pretty shiny things here from Michael's and make his little eyes. I'm just going to put one there. And these stick really good to this wool too, or yarn, or whatever you want to call it. I think that looks good right there. And so there are his little eyes. So this is why I didn't want to glue the hat down quite yet, until I make sure where I want everything. Alright. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue down the hat, a little bit on each side, maybe a drop in the front too. Yep, I'm going to put a little drop here in the front because I don't want this to move. Alright, and then I just took one of these pom-poms. These were out, I think, at Christmas time last year, at Crafter's Square. But you can pretty much get the pom-poms anywhere. I they have like 3 different sizes, so I'm going to take like a medium size pom-pom here and add that right to the top of the hat. Whoops, I glued a glue stick to my glue gun. And there we go for his little pom-pom. Yes, the webs. Alright, and then all I have to do is put on these little buttons. Where do I put your little buttons? Here we go. Let's see. Alright. So add a little glue to that button. Put one there. And one about there. And then I like to give them a little bit of rosy cheeks. Did I put that away? Yes, I did. And all I use to make little rosy cheeks is some old... hang on, I'm trying to get some of these glue webs off my hand. I have some of this old... It's just blush. I don't even know what kind it is. I can't even tell anymore. It's CoverGirl blush, I guess. And I just rub some of it on my finger a little bit. And just give them a little bit of a rosy cheek. Just like that. And there we go, that's his little face. And voila. Now all we have to do is, I gotta find my little scissors yet so I can finish the scarf. We're gonna take this, and I did have a big needle here somewhere. There you go. Oops. That's like a big darning needle. To put some of this thread, this crochet thread through for my hanger. Alright, let's see if we can get this. Oh, I got pink on it from the blush. There we go, we got it. I like to put these up higher because if you put the hanger down here, then he's kind of going to hang like this, so you got to really put it up towards the top of the hat to get the best hanging position. Let's see. There we go. And then just take it off the needle, and there you go. You have your little hanger. However long you want to make it, then he'll hang nice just like this. I'm just going to tie a knot in there. There we go. And you can use whatever color you want to. You don't have to use this white. Actually, I have some of it in this gold, but this was a lot thinner. I didn't know if this was going to hold good enough. It probably would have, but this is really thin crocheting thread, so I wanted to use this one. So now you can take this, and then you don't want to see that, if you don't want to see that knot, you can just pull that around to the back, and there is your little snowman. So let me find my little scissors here. Where are you? Oh, they're right here in front of me. Why didn't you guys tell me? You probably were. Alright. Pick the rest of this glue off of here. I cut that piece off. And then if you want, you can just make little fringe bottom to these. If these scissors are going to cut it. Well, let's see. No, they're not. These scissors are a little big for this, but I'm just cutting a few little strips down here. Just so it has a little bit of a fringe to the bottom. There we go. And that's it. That's how easy these little guys are to make. So, oh my god, the glue webs. The glue webs. I don't know if it's because it's so hot in here today or what, but these glue webs have been attacking me all day today. I still have that little bit of glue up there. I wonder if I can get that off with these scissors. Alright, there we go. That's not too bad. But that's it. That's all you need to do to make these cute little ornaments. They're just fun and so easy. I love easy peasy, you guys, you know that. Little projects. But I figured this would be a nice little Christmas in July project to do since it's really, really hot outside, so we may as well build some snowmen. But there you go. Those are the two little guys that I made. So that is it for my third, I think that's probably my final Christmas in July video for this month, or this year. And yeah, Christmas will be coming so fast. It'll be here before we know it anyway to start doing all the... But I hope you guys enjoyed, this little project. And I will see you guys all next time. Have a great day, everyone.